So within a lot of the comments of my videos, people talk about accepting orders that are low paying orders or no tip orders because they're afraid that if they decline too many orders, it's going to affect their acceptance rate. And then if their acceptance rate gets too low, that something bad might happen. Like maybe potentially they would get suspended from the program, or even if they decline too many orders and their acceptance rate goes down, that DoorDash will suddenly stop sending them orders as a punishment, like a timeout for 10 minutes. So that's what we're going to talk about in today's video. This is going to be a very quick one. Does acceptance rate for DoorDash actually matter? And if it does, when does it matter? So again, a lot of people take these orders that they never would take because they're afraid that their acceptance rate is going to be too low. Now, for you new people, if you're not sure exactly what I'm talking about or how to find your acceptance rate, what you do is go to the main screen, the main DoorDash homepage, and you click on the menu icon in the top left corner. When you do that, a pop-up box will appear and you'll see a bunch of options, and it's the third option down that says ratings, right? So when you click on ratings, you then get this page which will show you all your other ratings, including your acceptance rate, okay? So you'll see acceptance rate. So you'll see in this one, my acceptance rate is 16%, which I have to tell you is pretty high for me because my acceptance rate generally hovers about 4% because I decline everything because they're all garbage. So the first thing we're going to go to is, what does DoorDash say about acceptance rate? So on their own website, they have the following answer to that question. It says, acceptance rate is the percent of deliveries you accepted out of the 100 most recent delivery opportunities you receive. You can raise your acceptance rate by consistently accepting delivery opportunities that are assigned to you. It is also a rolling average, which means it may take a few opportunities before you see an increase in your average. Now here's the key sentence. There is no minimum requirement for acceptance rate, but consistently declining delivery opportunities negatively impacts the experience for other Dashers. Who the fuck cares? Who have less time to complete the delivery? The customer, who is more likely to get a late delivery, and even the merchant, whose food will sit for longer. So what they're basically saying is that you should accept orders, even if you have to go 10 miles for $2, so that you don't upset the store owners as the bag of food sits on the counter. Well, how about DoorDash takes care of that by raising the base rate or guaranteeing a minimum rate that is acceptable for an order that's 10 miles away? Then we won't have to decline all the orders that we do. Also, I have to tell you, I was talking to a customer service rep through the app, and it was about a different situation, but I asked them flat out, hey, am I being punished? Because I haven't gotten an offer for like 15 straight minutes when they were coming in a lot before. Am I getting punished in some way? And she said, and I had to print the screenshot and I lost it, where she said, accepting of deliveries has no bearing on getting delivery opportunities, something like that. So that came straight from customer service, okay? So I want you guys to know that acceptance rate technically is meaningless. Another thing about that, and I think it was 2017 or so, DoorDash was sued in a class action lawsuit because they were misclassifying their drivers as like subcontractors or some other legal term that had to do with taxes. And so there was a class action lawsuit, but part of that included the idea that they cannot use acceptance rate as a method of determining how to handle you, how many order offers you get, whether or not that you have to have a certain quota. So that disappeared. They are not allowed to do that. That's one of the big reasons why acceptance rate doesn't matter, is because they were sued, and part of that lawsuit included the idea that they can't use that as a factor in doing business with you as a driver. Where does acceptance rate actually matter? Because it does in one way, and this makes no sense to me, and that is part of the Top Dasher program. So if you don't know what that is, Top Dasher, and the main benefit, and really the only benefit, is that you can log into DoorDash whenever. If you're a Top Dasher, you can log in whenever you want, log off. It is always available. You never have to get on the schedule. It'll never give you, there's too many Dashers and you can't sign on now messages. So you'll be able to log in whenever you want. In order to be a Top Dasher, right, and again, if you're looking at your ratings page, you can follow along, you have to have a customer rating of at least 4.7. Now, unless you're a complete fuck up, getting a 4.7 is no big deal, right? You should be able to maintain that. I usually maintain a 4.9 something because I get one person that gave me 4 stars instead of 5, okay? So a customer rating at least 4.7. You have to have a completion rate of at least 95%. A completion rate is the rate at which you either unassign an order or you just grab the person's food, go home, fucking eat it, and don't ever deliver it, okay? But for the most part, that completion rate has everything to do with, you get to a restaurant, they say, ooh, we're sorry, we're very busy, it's gonna be 30 minutes before the order's ready, you unassign it, and that goes towards affecting your completion rate. That's considered an incomplete order, right? So you have to have at least a 95% on that. You have to have at least 100 completed deliveries during the last month. So when you're getting the Top Dasher program, it's the length of it is for a month. So they go by the last month. So you have to have at least 100 deliveries in that last month. And you have to have at least 200 lifetime deliveries. So you have to be doing this for a little while before you're eligible for the Top Dasher program. And here's the thing. You have to have an acceptance rate of 70%. Do you know what that means? That means that you are accepting 7 out of 10 orders that come to you. We're talking about $2 orders, 25-mile away orders for $3. The most insane orders that nobody would ever take, you're going to take 7 out of 10. So let's think about that. The Top Dasher program, where you have to have a 70% acceptance rate, allows you to log in whenever you want. That's the key benefit. But who the hell wants to log in and take orders for $2 that take 45 minutes? So what is the benefit if you have to maintain an order completion, an acceptance rate of 7 out of 10 orders that you get, if you're not going to make any money, right? So they give you the idea that you can sign on whenever you want. What a benefit that is, so that you can make $6 an hour, potentially, okay? So nobody cares about the Top Dasher program. Only a moron would care about the Top Dasher program. If it was only based on those other things, like the completion rate, your ratings, that all makes sense. Acceptance rate makes no sense. Why should I have to take orders that are so low they don't even warrant my time in order to have the ability to log on whenever I want so that I can take these shitty orders whenever I want by force? So that is the only time acceptance rate matters. Other than that, you're not going to get, your orders are not going to slow down. People have said, well, I've gotten, I declined like 15 in a row and now I'm not getting any. The reason for that is, especially when you log in. When you first log into your shift or when you're just logging in on Dash Now, the first thing that DoorDash is going to do is take all of the fucking shit orders that nobody wanted to take, and they're like, do you want this one? Do you want this one? How about this one? How about this $3 one? And so you're going to get them all in a row, like 15 in a row. And then it's going to stop, and what's going to happen is you're then going to be part of the queue with everyone else, especially if it's a little slow. Now, if it's really, really busy, after those first 10 or 15 orders that nobody wanted to take hits you and they're asking you if you want them and you decline them, then you'll start getting orders just like everyone else will. So that's why you seem to get so many so quickly in a row and then suddenly it stops. It's not because you're declining them. It means nothing that you're declining them. You're in the queue. You're going to get order offers. They're going to come no matter how many you decline. I've declined 40 or 50 offers in a row in like a 20-minute period before I finally accepted the one that was good. Acceptance rate means nothing. Don't worry about it. Don't take shitty orders because of it. Leave those orders alone and don't worry about acceptance rate, okay? So acceptance rate means absolutely nothing. It's just a statistic that has no bearing on anything. It's like for information purposes only, all right? So hopefully that takes care of that. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel because I'm always doing new videos like this and answering questions. And I will see you guys in the next video. Have a great dash.